Hello, this is Kim McMahon. I'm the co-founder of XandMcMahon, and I'm here with Mirren White from EPCC, and we're going to talk about the importance of marketing in academia. Hello, Mirren.
Hi, I'm Mirren White. I'm the Project Dissemination and Exploitation Officer at EPCC at the University of Edinburgh. I work on a bunch of different projects, which I'm happy to tell you about right now.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to hearing about them. So first off, well, we can talk about your projects, or we can also talk about the challenges that you find in, I suppose maybe would we describe it as getting awareness of your projects or your marketing? I don't know how you would describe it, but I'd love to hear more about that.
Certainly. So I work on a bunch of, a variety of projects, specifically in the Horizon 2020 program, which is a great program, but you do find that there are a lot of challenges in getting the awareness out, getting the buy-in from the researchers in the project. So each project has a certain amount of money set aside for impact, for dissemination, for training, for raising awareness of the project, and yet we find that the researchers just aren't interested in it a lot of the time. So we find that they want to sit in their office and do their research and never tell anybody about it.
Crazy.
I know. And you kind of sit and go, and you kind of talk to them about what they're doing, and you hear about all these incredibly interesting things that they're doing, things that will change our world, things that are completely. So we're talking about energy efficiency projects and things that will eventually make it into consumer devices, and they just sit and go, yes, but we're doing things with our programming model, and they go, but that's not the interesting part. I can tell you about the interesting part. So when you start with the marketing, you kind of have to figure out. And then another thing is, even with the HPC community being as small as it is, it's kind of difficult to find which audience you're going for. So we can talk about general public audiences, but a lot of the general public aren't aware of HPC as a concept, or aren't aware of the funding programs that are available and working for them, even when it's their money that's paying for it. So we talk about looking at the HPC audiences, we talk about looking at software vendors, we talk about looking at people who do the same things that we're doing, but in slightly different ways, or people who are in the community but have no idea about what we're doing. So trying to work on the marketing, it's about a many-pronged approach of finding the exact right communication for the exact right person at the exact right time.
Getting the buy-in can be challenging, can be difficult, but so why then do you think it's so important to have marketing?
So I kind of think of it as a sort of three-tiered approach. And I kind of think of it in the terms of innovation, inspiration, and impact. And impact is one of the things that we think about. It can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but when I think about it, it's about who will remember this project after it's finished. What is the lasting legacy of the project that we're looking at, and how can we move it into the next phase? So once you've got your project, you've got your 3 years of project funding. Once that's over, the stuff that you've done, the research that you've done, the products that you've made don't just go away. So you need to find a way of making a kind of lasting, sustainable impact for them. And finding some kind of, perhaps a business opportunity, perhaps a marketing opportunity, perhaps some new project that will take that forward and continue making sure that there is a lifetime for that product. In terms of innovation, again, it's the same as you've done your work, and there's a question of what next. We want to inspire people to look at what we've done. Like we're working on a project at the moment called Exaflow, which is when you talk about it, it sounds very boring because it's fluid dynamics modeling for exascale projects, and then you talk about it and then you realize that there's a Formula One company involved in the project and they're using it for their new front wing, and you sit and go, that's incredible. That's a real tangible impact of this project, and an innovation for a company that will make millions of dollars and will be seen on, I think, around about 1 billion people watch Formula One every year, go and see it or watch on television, and you sit and go, that's HPC, that's us. This is our marketing. That's what we're doing. And then so the inspiration part comes in. Innovation and inspiration, I feel, kind of go hand in hand. But you want to take what you're doing and show it to people and market it in a way that says, you could do this too. You could do it better than us. I dare you to. And that's the importance of getting our message out there and kind of really telling people about what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Excellent. That is so true. So what is next for you? You're at the show here. You're going home. Do you have a big marketing project? You got some bunch of things you have to do post-show to promote what you did here?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we've had our booth. I'm going home tomorrow, and the first thing I'm going to do when I get in is I'm going to make everybody make a list of everything that they saw, what the best thing was, and we're going to talk about the projects and talk about how we can sustain the impact of the show. Even, I mean, coming here and being able to talk to people and say to people, this is our new project, this is the connections we've made, let's talk to this guy about improving our code or things. It's such an important thing to come to and see people. You know, we only really get to see people in the community like twice a year, really. Everyone's only in the same place a couple of times a year, and it's a really important place to make connections and sell yourself and your projects and say, would you like to come and work with us? Or what can we do for you?
Good point. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be loving on my little dogs. Well, they're big dogs. And then maybe I'll be making lists. How about you?
Yeah, well, I'm a cat person. I got a couple of cats at home. I'll be saying hello to them, definitely.
Excellent. Well, good. Well, thank you so much for coming and talking with me today and sharing your perspective. So I hope you have a great rest of the show.
Thank you for asking me. I absolutely will. Thank you.